So the other day I had someone ask me for my full-length CV. Ironically, they didn't want my short form resume. Instead, they wanted to see the extended list of skills that I was able to do. And I told them, hey, warning, it's like 12 pages. So I did what any normal person would do. And instead of taking 1 or 2 hours to write it out and compile my CV, I instead took 6 hours to build a CV builder, because why wouldn't you do that? So I went ahead and pulled out my VS Code and started hacking away. So I built my CV builder in a way where I as a programmer can go ahead and edit it as a JSON, because sometimes you get a new role and it's a lot easier to just copy paste an entire section, so that all you have to do is just modify the dates, modify the bullet points as an array instead of having to fight with editors. And it gives you a bit more consistent results. I don't have to sit there and format, it formats for me. All I worried about is the data. So I made it in a modular enough way where I can add new sections, and I'm not restricted to the sections that a normal resume has. I can invent new ones, so on and so forth. It follows a very similar format. Everything's kind of the same, but I do give the ability to style it. I've added validation, so if you do mistype something, the editor is going to scream at you. And if you haven't noticed, this editor is Monaco, which is the same thing that you would use in VS Code, which is quite nice. So I gave the ability to be able to style it. Every section that you add, the ID that you give it is the CSS ID that it gets, so you can target it. I added the ability to be able to export it as well. You can import it later, so if you need to make multiple versions of your resume, you can. And there is a section to be able to edit your resume as JavaScript in the case where you might want to do some dynamism, if you want to do some iterations or whatever it is that you'd like to do. If you need the ability for JavaScript, you'll have it. So I've also added a prompt to be able to interact with an LLM. So what you do is you upload your one resume or your multiple resumes, or download your LinkedIn profile. It's downloadable. You give it to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, and then you copy the LLM prompt and feed it to it, and obviously ask it a better question than what I did. This is a very simplistic example, but it should do a good enough job to be able to give you a proper structure, so that when you paste it in, it grabbed the context from your PDF, put it into the JSON format that it needs, and now you can begin to edit it. All of the text, all of the string sections, it use Markdown. So if you want to do weird things, like if you wanted to add an image or whatever, you can, right? And it doesn't matter if it's like out of alignment or whatever. If you want to do some custom HTML, you also can do the CSS, edit it, and you can have a pretty custom resume or CV using code that's a lot easier to program or a lot easier to edit than if you were to have to do the same thing in like a Word, where you have to like fight a lot of formatting. So it's printable. You can print into PDF, and if you need to make any adjustments to the print styles, you also can. It's pretty flexible. It's for developers by developers. So I hope you find some use in this, and I hope it's something that helps you get the next job. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.